Now I call upon Sheela Venkatraman Lunkad, a trained architect with more than 2.5 decades of experience in the sphere of craft development, community empowerment, and design-led businesses. She has enhanced sectors ranging from craft revival, textiles, handicrafts, space design, architecture, and eco-sustainable hospitality.
You've been doing very significant work all around the country. What does and can entrepreneurship mean for our very talented craft communities and craft persons right across the country? And how specifically can this help them accrue real benefits?
Hello. It's an interesting question. I'm a trained architect who moved into craft and then culture. And lately, I'm unlearning a whole lot of things that I did believe in 20 years back. There is an idea of India and Indian aesthetics that has consumed the last couple of years, and it addresses the same question. What does it mean to be creative? What does it mean to be an entrepreneur? What does it mean to be a woman? More than women, I would say connecting to the feminine and being able to create is the core essence, whether they are craftspeople, craftswomen, villages, urban. India is the largest democratic country with over 1 billion of people engaged in its villages and farming. 50% of them easily work in hand skills, could be art, craft, and a lot of them, all of us have a certain native intelligence. Design, entrepreneurship, feeling creative, and discovering something that is yet not out is probably the need of the hour. So if you're able to tap into that for any community, whether they are craftspeople, whether they are designers, how to engage, how to collaborate, and how to co-create can help in the process of entrepreneurship way more than I told you, so you make this, you do this. The spirit of entrepreneurship is what? Suddenly there's an idea and there's an excitement and then things happen, right? And things happen, there's economic value that is unlocked in the whole process of making. A lot of women, in my experience, over 30,000, 40,000 men and women and villages and people in villages that I've worked with are reticent. They don't have exposure to new markets. They don't have enough opportunities to engage. And today, technology is probably the only way and means to be able to do that. We did create a tech platform way before, even Etsy or anybody else came in 2014, with a very grand, ambitious idea that, the interior designer in Milan should be able to work with the Murshidabad weaver, the potter in Pondicherry should be able to work with, New York artist. As an architect, every project of ours, we've struggled to communicate sketches and designs and ideas and work and get things done from a large number of people. It was very easy, and a lot of my colleagues would happily get containers from China and Italy and all. It's like, it's just so difficult to work with people here or otherwise. We'd rather make an idea, sketch it, and somebody else is just doing it well. Why would we want to struggle? Fair enough, they're not wrong. But there is beautiful engagement when we get on the ground and work with people. There is something new, emotionally and creatively, that comes up with every single engagement, which is why all the lovers of artisans and craftsmen are like mired into the cesspool of you get away from loving the process and hating the process at the same time. India is the base for a whole lot of entrepreneurship. We have to do far more. We are incorporating AI, language, coding the system. We've created a new enterprise called the Culture Code, and come up with series of future of tradition of how can we work with indigenous knowledge systems and how can it be collectively understood and co-created. It's not an individual's process. I will not shy from saying that it is a struggle every single day. Half the time I'm asked, why are you doing what you're doing? Are you profitable? Do you make money? And what do you intend to do? But the spirit of entrepreneurship and the spirit of creative satisfaction says you have no other choice but to keep digging into yourself and finding ways to do new things. But at the arch of it, it was a wonderful opportunity to have been able to do and work on the cultural design of the new parliament. What is the pattern? What is the motive? How do you represent the idea of India in a built form? That was there, and many other smaller projects which would say, well, in a wedding, how can you work on a conscious wedding card which doesn't get destroyed, which is sustainable, can give work to a lot of people, and is equitable. Complex questions, but we need to be able to collaborate, we need to be able to co-create, and we need to have a language between the masculine and the feminine. I don't really think there are women and men. It is just how can we come together to do things that creatively inspire us and yet make a difference to a whole lot of us together.
Well, that's nicely put.